Radhe Radhe, Jai Shri Krishna. We have been meditating on the shlokas of Vrindavan Mahimaamrit. Till now we finished 85 shlokas from chapter 3. Today we are going to read and meditate on the meanings of the other shlokas. Before that, let us first meditate on the lotus feet of Radharani and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. May they bless us that these meanings and these meditations manifest in our hearts. Radha sadhyam sadhanam yasya Radha mantro Radha mantradatri cha Radha sarvam Radha jivanam yasya Radha 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 vachi tasya kim sesham Shri Radha Murli Manohar Padam Bhojam Sada Bhavayan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Padarajah Swatmaneva Arpayan Srimad Bhagavatottaman Gudanidhi Nityadharadhanaman Shri Vrindavan Vaibhavamaham Stotum Muda Prarabhe. Mahaprabhu's mood and Prabodhanand's mood, they both are the same. They are both hankering for Vrindavan. So here the hankering begins now. कैशोराद्भुत रूप भंगी मधुरै अंगै अनंगात्मकं कुर्वद् विश्वमति प्रबुद्ध मुरली वक्त्रेण नित्याद्भुतं सिंचत कोमल कांचन द्रवरुचां वीचिभिराशादश प्रेमोत्कंठ्य भरेण तद्भज मन श्रीधाम वृंदावन. He says, "O my mind, meditate on that Sridham." Sridham means abode of Shri, abode of Lakshmi, or abode of Radharani. And what is that abode? That is Vrindavan. Meditate on that Vrindavan. How? He says, Premotkantya bharena. With tears in your eyes, with that hankering, with that crying, meditate on that eternally beautiful Vrindavan and with great longings of love. And what you should meditate on? He says, meditate on Radha Krishna, meditate on this glorious place, meditate on the amorous pastimes which are being performed. This young couple who are so youthful, with such beautiful limbs and playing the flute, and they are charming the world. So meditate on that Vrindavan where Shyam Sundar is playing his flute. Meditate on that Sridham. And also meditate on that Sridham where Radharani is there, who is shining so beautifully. So meditate on that. Ayam vrihad ishvaro na ganita pataro apyasau shrito yadupuri mayam madhupurincha divya kritihi braje cha madhupure Vanavarena gogopika Suridabri man mano mama Turadhika kunjagaha. He says, he who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he has many incarnations. If he wants, he can incarnate as anything. He can be the Mahadhishwar, the Supreme Controller, or he can get a very divine form and be in Mathura, or he can be in the great form and be in Dwarka. But none of his forms attract my mind. So what is it that attracts your mind? Which form? He says that form when he is in Vrindavan and Radharani is stealing his mind, when he is surrounded by all the gopis, that is the form that gives me pleasure, and that is the form which steals my mind. So, oh my mind, meditate on that form where he is playing the flute, surrounded with Radharani and all the other gopis in this beautiful land of Vrindavan. Any other form or any other pastimes, we are not interested right now. Aha. And then he goes on saying, Kamatma jyotirekam suvimala vimalam projvalam ya Madhurya para sindorapi madhutaram madakam madakanam पारावारति शून्यं सकलसुखं चमत्कारविस्मारकं तं मध्ये वृन्दावनं तद्व्रत ति गृहतौ पश्य मुग्धौ किशोरौ. O my mind, meditate on that beautiful Vrindavan which is filled with the transcendental amorous pastimes, which is filled with splendor, and it is the Vimalam, most purest, most sublime, Suvimala Vimalam. It is the sublime of all the sublime things that you can think of. And it says Projvala Projvalam. It is the most splendorous thing out of all the splendor of all the, it's the most splendid things out of all the splendors that you can think of. It is the most nectarian, sweetest thing than any of the nectars that you can think of. It is like a shoreless ocean of nectar sweetness. It is the most delightful of all the delightful things that you can think of. Madakam, Madakana. And Paravarati Shunya. This delight has no limit, unlimited, limitless. And Sakala Sukha Chamatkara Vismarakam. It can give you all the kind of happiness, sukha that you are looking for. And please meditate on this Vrindavan. And in that Vrindavan, meditate on this charming, divine couple who are the ocean, who are the limitless ocean of sweetness. And this, where are this divine couple? What are they doing? They are sitting in a nice grove inside Vrindavan. So you meditate on that. Radha Krishna. Oh, how are this? He says, Madhura Madhura Purna Prema Piyusha Sindor Dhanamidam Mati Ramyam Bhati Vrindavana Akhyam Tadadhi Lalita Gaur Shama Dham Smaramaha Smara Vivasha Kishora Dvandvam Ananda Kandam. Meditate. He says, meditate on that beautiful, charming Vrindavan, which is the cream of the nectar ocean of the sweetest, sweetest love. It is shining with a great splendor. Let us meditate on this Vrindavan, and where this young couple who are very playful and who are very graceful are moving here and there, and who are enjoying their amorous pastimes here. He says in the next shloka again, he says the same thing. Atmeshwari paramagooda tarangeti tarangetigyam tat priyamana pranaya laulya bhara swabhavam swatmeka paksha rachana charana pravinam vrindavane smara nijam smara khela tattvam. He says, meditate on that land of Vrindavan where all these transcendental pastimes are being performed by Radharani, who is so dear to him that he hides Radharani from everybody else. So, and Krishna is always longing for her love, and he is expert at conversing with all his beloved friends in Vrindavan. Meditate on this Vrindavan. Then he goes on saying, I meditate on Vrindavan that is blossoming with beautiful trees and vines and splendid forest groves. And from, he'll go on describing each and every flower here. He says, meditate on that Vrindavan, which is very happy place, the happiest place on earth and in the whole universe. Meditate on that Vrindavan, which is the happiest place on earth. And in Vrindavan, all these trees which you meditate on, they are all very happy. How do you know they are happy? They are blossoming. They are giving fruits, nectarian fruits. Meditate on the vines and the creepers of Vrindavan and see how happy they are. How do you say, brother, it is happy? It is happy because the flowers are blooming here and there. Then look at the pavements. The pavements are also happy. How do you say, brother, it is happy? Because it is glistening with all this shining because of all the jewels that are there. And look at the environment. You can hear the buzzing sounds of all the bumblebees. They are also very happy. They are dancing. And look at the peacocks. They are dancing happily because Shyam Sundar has come, and Shyam Sundar's color resembles the color of the of the rain-laden clouds. So the peacocks are happy, and all these birds, so many regal birds going here and there and making such tumultuous sound. Oh, they are all blissful. Why? Because the most blissful couple, the most wonderful bliss of Sri Radha Krishna's pastimes are flowing here. Meditate on that Vrindavan. And wait, you meditated on Radha Krishna. Where are they? He says, Tatkalindi Vipula Pulinam Sacha Vrindavana Shrihi Sasuchaya Nibida Nibada Shri Kadam Dhruvanam Savai Dagdhimayan Vavayah Shri Sakhi Mandalite Gaurashame Rasikamahasi No Mohanaya. He says, this couple, they are right now near the bluish waters of Yamuna. And Yamuna is flowing. Remember, this flow of Yamuna is the flow of love of Radha Krishna. And this is the broad bank of the Yamuna. This is the beauty of Vrindavan forest. And right near the Yamuna, there is this beautiful Kadamba trees. You can see the couple playing hide and seek in this beautiful forest of Kadamba tree. And then, while they are playing, you can see all these gopis also hiding here and there, and the gopis giving signal. So, this Kadamba forest filled with all these gopis, and these two fair and dark effulgent splendors that are drinking the nectar and emitting the nectar. Both of these, oh, they are in Vrindavan. Who will not get enchanted by all this? He goes on saying the same feeling. He says, oh my mind, when you meditate like this, so you are seeing the beautiful trees, you are seeing the pavements with gems, you are seeing Yamuna flowing, bluish Yamuna. The color of Krishna and Yamuna is the same. And you are seeing them playing hide and seek inside this Kadamba forest. You may say, but there are so many Radharanis. How do I find millions and millions? Yes, Krishna also gets confused. How do you find? He says, oh, smell it. The fragrance coming out from their body. Oh, smell it and put your mind on the lotus feet of Radha Krishna. When I say lotus feet, smell of the lotus. Put your mind on their lotus palms and their beautiful limbs. Their limbs are anointed with musk. Their limbs are anointed with chandan, the sandalwood. Do you feel the smell? Oh, meditate on that and look at their splendor. Look at the bluish splendor amongst all this golden splendor. If you cannot find Radharani, no worries. Look at Shri Krishna. He is shining beautifully like an emerald. And that shine, it is going. He is approaching near Radharani and her shine coming, golden and this bluish, when they mix together, it's a greenish environment there. That place is where Radharani and Shri Krishna is there. Oh my mind, meditate on that. Aha. And when you see both of them, how are they? You look at Shri Krishna's eyes and you look at Radharani's eyes. They are ecstatically looking at each other. And you can see an ocean of love flowing through Radharani and an ocean of bliss flowing through Krishna. And these two oceans are mixing. Oh my mind, these two great oceans of beauty are here in Vrindavan. And one who wants to enjoy limitless, ever-expanding transcendental bliss, where should they go? He said, nowhere else. Vrindavan. Gaura Shama Sunagara Divya Kishora Dvayam Sadayatra Nava Nava Keli Vilasair Viharati Vrindavana Tadeva Bhaja. Oh my mind, please worship Vrindavan, where this fair and dark, youthful divine couple eternally enjoy newer and newer transcendental pastimes. Vrindavanam iva Vrindavanam mati maduram tadeva vandeham Radha Krishna Vivato Radha Krishna Sada Ratau Tatra. He says, I offer my obeisances to Vrindavan, which is very sweet like Vrindavan. And nothing else, there is nothing else like Vrindavan. There is no other sweetness like Vrindavan. And I pay my obeisances to Radha Krishna, and who are like Radha Krishna. There is nobody like Radha Krishna, and who are enjoying this transcendental pastimes. He goes on saying, this Vrindavan, how is this Vrindavan? In Shlok number 96 says, it is beyond Maya. It is shining. Its nature is effulgent. And beyond the effulgence, there is intense bliss. And this bliss is limitless. This bliss is pure. This bliss is confidential. This bliss is great, filled with the nectar of transcendental love. This Vrindavan is a wonderful place and very, very wonderful. And it is filled with the sweetness of this young couple. And this Vrindavan is supremely effulgent. Meditate on that. Tatrashcharya phala prasoon bharitair आश्चर्य खेलत खग व्रातानां परितो महाकलकलै कर्णा मृतो घोपमयी माधवी मत्त मधुव्रतावलिक कलध्वानैर् मनोहारिभिः दिव्यानेक लतामहीरुगणैः कृष्णप्रियैर्मण्डितैः. Oh, this Vrindavan is having so many trees. What kind of trees? Each and every tree is very dear to Lord Shri Krishna. Every vine is very dear to Lord Krishna. Each and every tree is decorated with fruits and flowers. And there are so many wonderful birds. You can hear the sounds of every bird. In far there is some bird. Some closer you go. Some closer, more other side. They are talking to each other, the birds. So you hear all the sounds of these birds, and there are bumblebees. So these sounds are like nectar flooding inside the ear. Meditate on the sounds of Vrindavan. And these bees are like intoxicated. So, and their sound is very enchanting. So, all these bees, all these birds, all these trees are very dear to Krishna. And if Krishna is dear to you, then Vrindavan is dear to you. Shri Krishna Priya. It starts with the what is dear to Krishna. Shlok number 98. Shri Krishna Priya Divya Gandha. All the different type of fragrances which are dear to Krishna is coming out in Vrindavan. You know what kind of fragrance he likes the most? The fragrance of Tulsi. Vrindavan is the forest of Tulsi. And the entire Vrindavan is now having the fragrance of Tulsi, which is the most dear to Krishna. So he says, Shri Krishna Priya Divya Gandha Tulasi Bhedairanantaistatha Santanai Harichandanar Chandanair Aganitai Kalpadrumanam Vanai Divyaneka Suparijata Vipinair Mandara Vrindairapi Brajishno Harivallabhaischa Bahusho Nipai Kadambai Vritai. All these different fragrances are coming in Vrindavan. Tulsi, he has mentioned. And it is favorite to Krishna. What else? Chandan, sandalwood. What kind of sandalwood? Hari Chandan. So you may say, what is Hari Chandan? We have never smelled. No worries. If you want to smell Hari Chandan, you take your Chandan. Chandan means sandalwood. And you take your sandalwood and you take some dry twigs of Tulsi. and then grind the tulsi, okay, the twigs, and you can keep it as powder and mix that little powder. First of all, okay, filter it so that there is no hard thing in there, no rough things. So the softest powder you take, and then you mix it with your chandan. So now the chandan will become fragrant with tulsi. So that is called Hari Chandan. But there are Hari Chandan trees also, and there are Santana trees, and there are countless Kalpadruma trees, and all these beautiful trees are surrounded by Parijata flowers. So Parijata flower is very beautiful flower. It is white petals and red stem behind it. So it's very beautiful, and the smell is like intoxicating. So beautiful parijata trees are there. Then there are mandara trees, there are nipa trees, there are kadamba trees. All of them are very, very dear to Lord Krishna. And then he goes on saying, not only this, oh, there are different groves and different platforms which are made naturally. And these platforms are so beautiful when you look at this, like ground platforms. Okay, so when you the ground is raised and it looks like platforms. And what kind of platforms? It looks like as if these platforms are naturally raised ground platforms are studded with diamonds, golds, or emeralds, or Vaidurya, corals, and pearls. So, and on this ground, that is Vrindavan grounds, which is like a raised platform, there are beautiful peacocks performing for the happiness of Shri Krishna and Radha. And not only that, there are beautiful small little birds which come there, and which are like so main, when the peacocks are dancing, these little small birds are behind, and they are also having beautiful eyes, and they are also dancing to the tunes, and the wind gives it a background sound, and the waves of Yamuna gives it background sound. The parrots are singing, the nightingales, the cuckoos, everybody's singing. So all this singing and natural orchestra and symphony is happening in Vrindavan on these raised grounds, and this is all very dear to Krishna. This is described in Shlok number 99, and then he goes on to Shlok number 100, where he says, look at the lakes. The lakes are also splendid. Why? Because there are so many beautiful flowers, different varieties of lilies. For example, kalharas, and then utpal, kalhar, utpal, pundrik, kumud, water lilies, and lotuses of different kind, different colors. They're all there. And he says, kalhar, utpal, pundarik, kumudadya, ascharya pushpa shriya, madhya chitra vihanga yuthar, Chityananda Kolahalaihi. And not only that, different birds are right now in this different lakes, Yamuna Lake, first of all, and then the different ponds. So different birds are there, and the birds are like dancing. So there is one platform which is ground platform where the peacocks are dancing, and then you can see the dance of the swans here in the Yamuna Lake, and that is also looking very beautiful. And they are also creating some nice tumultuous sound. And all of them are very jubilant and colorful birds, and many splendid transcendental lakes are there in Vrindavan, and which act as a ground. Okay, they give them place where Sri Radha Krishna can perform their eternal, wonderful, loving, transcendental, amorous pastimes. And so these are the lakes. Then there are trees. Then there are forest. What kind of forest? Jati kanani yuthi kavana नवप्रत्फुल्ल मल्ली वनई वासंती नवकेतकी वन नव श्रीमालती खाननई जीवंती वन झिंटिका जव नव लसत छे फालिका काननई रुन्मीलन नवमालिका नववनई सुस्वर्ण यूथी वनई. So there is forest, Jati forest, then Yuthika forest. Then there are forests filled with new jasmine, blossoming mallikas, jasmine forest. Then there are Vasanti forest. Then there are Ketiki forest. All these are very beautiful smelling flowers. Then there are Malti forest. Then there are Jivanti forest. Then Jintika forest and Shefalika forest. All this newly blossoming Malli forest and Swarnayuti forest. All of them are giving flowers to Shri Krishna and Radha. And what kind of flowers are blooming? He says, Punnaga, Karvira, Maruvaka, Karnikar, Mano, and all those. And these flowers are decorating the groves, all happening naturally for the pleasure of Sri Radha Krishna. So there are many newly constructed groves naturally, and they are decorated with this fragrant and blossoming flowers which blossom in all seasons, because there is no whatever Krishna desires, that season will come. So Punnaga and all those flowers are there. And not only that, similarly with when you look at the lake also, same way, Kalhar, Utpal, Lotus, Kairav, and so many lotuses are blooming, and they are surrounded by all these swans. And there are other birds called saras, like cranes, and chakravak, all these aquatic birds. So all these aquatic birds, flamingos, etc., they are also there, and they are also participating and creating that mood, creating that atmosphere where Sri Radha and Krishna can enjoy their amorous pastimes. And then in Shlok number 4, he goes, oh, meditate on. So you have meditated on all these things, and then now you meditate on Yamuna ji. How is Yamuna? He says, Ascharya, Ascharye Hari Radhika Viranai Kandarpa Darpodhurai Shuddha Shama Ras Pravaha Vispurja Davartaya Piyushadika Madhuri Bharadhuri Durina Swadashi Tambasa Kalindya Vararatna Baddhatataya Krida Krate Divyaya. Meditate on that river Yamuna, flowing. And this flow is nothing but the flow of Radha Krishna's love. Meditate on the shores. You will see various ghats, where sitting places. All these places are looking so beautiful because they are studded with gems, with jewels. And the water is sweet, cool, just like nectar. And the waves swiftly flowing. And the color blue. And Radha Krishna sometimes get into this Yamuna to perform their amorous pastimes. Meditate on this. So water, forest, vines, birds, bumblebees, animals, lilies, everything was done. Something missing. What is that? The mountains. Govardhan. And when there is mountains, what is there in the mountains? Caves. These are the hiding place for Radha Krishna. So there are caves. So meditate on those beautiful mountains. In Shlok number 105, he says, Ascharya Mani Parvatairati Mahashobhadya Sat Kandarai Chidjyoti Jyotsnamrita Nirjaraihi Kanakaratnabha Saris Chobitaihi. He says, meditate on these beautiful mountains which are filled with jewels. And they are extremely beautiful transcendental caves. And within the mountains, one more thing, the rain, the water falls from the tops of the mountains, making waterfall. Meditate on those transcendental waterfalls. Why? These waterfalls are filled with nectar. And in the moonlit nights, they are looking even more beautiful. When the moon is up and this water is falling, it seems like this water is made up of jewels and golds. In the daytime, when the sun rays hit and the water falls, you'll see different colors. He says, meditate on this waterfall and these beautiful streams which are flowing through this Ganges. They are made of jewels and gold, and there are beautiful pavilions and of wonderful new wines, wonderful jewel trees. Each and every tree looks like a jewel tree, and there are splendid birds and deers. And everything is like shining bright, and there are many other miraculous wonders here in Vrindavan. Then in Shlok number 106, he goes, oh, Unmilata Drupatya Kodita Rahovalli Griher Bhushitair Brajan Mohan Pushpavatika Uru Srimata Stali Chitrite Pronmi Ladra सपुञ्जरञ्जित महाकुञ्जावली मञ्जुले श्रीशामेन सहालितद दयतया क्लिप्ते च दिव्ये वनै. You meditate on this Vrindavan, and everything that is in Vrindavan is very, very dear to Krishna and to Srimati Radha Rani. In this Vrindavan, there are many splendid cottages and splendid forests and wine cottages which are hidden. Where? Right in the foothills of Govardhan. And sometimes Radha Krishna go there, sometimes they want to hide in the cave, sometimes they will go behind the mountains, go to the foothills, and then they go to the vines, they go to these cottages made naturally, and then they get into enchanting flower gardens, and then there is beautiful scenery, and then from their garden they went to the forest grove, and that forest grove meditate there. That Radharani is sitting on one tree, and the tree's branch is going like down, and Radharani is just sitting there, and Shri Krishna is talking to her. Just meditate on this beautiful Vrindavan. नाना दिव्य विचित्र वर्णन तनुभीर दिव्यांगराग स्रगा कल्पैर्दिव्य किशोर मोहन वयः शोभा चमत्कारिभिः दिव्यानेक कलाति कौशल कृता नंदैर निज प्रेयसो प्रेमांदे परिमंडिते अतिललिते राधा सखी मंडलै. Now he says, you meditated on this Vrindavan, your mind has gone to everything, right? You have smelled the fragrance, you have seen the beauty of flowers, you have seen the mountains, you have seen the lakes, you have seen the ponds, you have seen the streams, you have seen Radha Krishna sitting, sometimes playing in the garden, sometimes playing in the water, sometimes hiding in the cave, sometimes in the foothills. You have seen all of these things. Now see one more thing. What? The sakhis, the maidservants, the circle of Radha's friends. Oh, and how are these beautiful gopis? How do they look? When you look from far, they have long hair. If you look from the back, they have long hair, and that hair is decorated with all these little jewels and flowers. They have complexions, and first of all, from far when you look, they all look similar to Radharani, and they have beautiful golden complexions. Some of them have little variation in the color, but almost like the same, and they are all youthful, all looking charming and beautiful, and they have all lot of artistic skills. You can see them being busy in the groves. What are they doing? They are decorating the groves, they are collecting flowers, they are making garlands, they are making dresses for Radha Krishna, or so many things they are doing. Or some of them are busy in the kitchen, some of them are painting, some of them are singing, some of them are playing some music, some of them are practicing dance to make Radha Krishna happy. So these gopis are all very talented. So he says, meditate on all these gopis who have such variety of artistic skills, and more than that, look into each of their faces. Go closer, meditate on their eyes. If you see a gopi, say she's doing some embroidery. How deeply she's engrossed in doing that embroidery, because that embroidery that she's doing on that dress is going to go to Radha and Krishna. All that love that she has in her heart is pouring out from the eyes and coming into her hand, and then into the needle, and then the embroidery is coming out, and then it's going to come so beautiful. If you see another gopi, a bunch of gopis who are sitting and who are decorating garlands, making garlands, look into their eyes, that love is just flowing from each and every action that they're doing. If you see the gopis busy setting up a table for Radha Krishna's dinner tonight. Some gopis are busy doing, cleaning that floor, that ground, and putting a carpet. All these actions are there, but look into their eyes, look at the way they are serving. That love oozing from each and everything from their pores. He says, meditate on that transcendental love which is coming out of these gopis. Meditate on that. Oh. And he says, what are they wearing? We'll come to the end of the chapter now. Shlok number 109. प्रेष्ठद्वन्द्व महाप्रसाद वसना कल्पस्रगाद्युज्वलैर सप्त स्वर्ण सुगौर मोहन अनुज्योतिर जगत पूरकै राधा कृष्ण पदारविंद परम प्रेमैक जीवातुभीस तद्दिव्यानि जाधिकार कलया प्राणद्वय प्रीणनैहि. Oh, these gopis are so beautiful in their, when you look at them, they have very beautiful waist, and they are wearing dresses that is given as prasad. They are wearing garments that is given by Radharani herself. So imagine the luck. Radharani herself is wearing something and giving it to the gopis. These gopis are having earrings, and that earrings are shining on their cheeks. These gopis wear a ring here, and that is shining. These gopis are wearing a ring here, that is shining. These gopis are wearing some ornaments here, that is shining. They are wearing bangles, that is shining. And all of this that they are wearing are given to them by their dearmost divine couple. This couple who is flooding the entire world with their enchanting form, one of which is golden and blue, and their pure love. So this love here is like it is flowing from Radha Krishna to the gopis, and from the gopis to Radharani. So here it says, meditate on that, on those Radha Krishna whose pure, and these gopis whose pure love for Radha Krishna's lotus feet is their life and soul. And with all the art and skill that they have only one purpose in life. And what is that purpose? To serve the divine couple and make them happy. So here we come to the end of this chapter. Let us pray to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radha Krishna, Vrindavan Dham, Prabodhanand Saraswati, and all these gopis to bless us, that may we get this chance to serve Radha Krishna in this transcendental Vrindavan along with them. With this, we end it now, and we will listen to more meanings, more beautiful meditations in 4th chapter in the next video. Till then, Radha Radha, Jai Shri Krishna.